Everybody, it's Victor. It's time to run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Tuesday, Mosh Pit. Hope your Tuesdays are going off to a fantastic start here. We're waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes, but a couple over the weekend are very, very close, and we're only 4 away from the like tree goal of the R-Key Challenge. I feel like I was speaking really, really fast in today's intro, but you know what? That's okay. I'm pumped up, ready to go. You have to excuse my voice for being a little bit raspy. Worked on vocals for the new song, which will be coming out hopefully soon. So make sure you're signed up for the Patreon, because that's where it's going to be going first. Here's your meme of the day here, brought to you by Painter WD40K. Or what am I talking about? Painter DND 40K. That's what I figured for trying to read 2 screens at once. Battle of the Thread was episode 1206, meme broken on evidence. I decree, I declare you to be sub-opta... I can proc multiple times. Oh, sorry. Carry on then. I love the surprise Judge Victor there. That one's good there. So made by the way, Painter is the one who made that meme template for himself and for also everybody else who wants to use it. So thank you very much, Painter. And everyone on the Victor subreddit. We got ourselves Romeo Kilo Charlie Quebec Victor 782. Well, we've got no, we do not want to use the Reverse High Priestess card. We've got Tarot Cloth, which is it's an item that I think is very interesting to start off a run with, and also of course have the Soul Converter, which is an actual interesting item, I think. Soul Converter, what it does is it's going to take 2 soul hearts and turn them into a permanent heart container. So if that sounds like a good deal to you, then well, it gets better. It only has the 3-room cooldown, and if we happen to need our devil deals, but we don't want to pay the full soul heart price, we can actually just simply use the Soul Converter and then turn it into a little bit of a cheaper deal there. So they go for the super secret room, and we're super secret sad because there was super secret nothing in our super secret room. But yeah, and with Tarot Cloth, you know, there's no inherent value there. It doesn't give us any stats. It doesn't give us any benefits in terms of like killing power or anything like that. However, what it does do is it doubles most, not all of them, but most of your tarot card benefits. So like for the example, the devil deal or the devil card, now we get 4 damage instead of 2 damage. Same thing would go for like say the Empress card. It just doubles the effect of most tarot cards out there. Only reason why I emphasize that is because you would think it's for everything, but come on now, this is Isaac we're talking about. There's got to be some kind of weird exception to all rules. Can't get too powerful now. Not in Repentance. Oh my goodness. Speaking of powerful, got ourselves SMB Superfan, which is one of the only true all stats up in the game, which I'm very happy to be having. Secret Room is going to be here. Money for the Soul Heart would be nice, not because I want to convert it, but because I want to use it for a devil deal, and we might as well finish off the floor here since we are really, really ahead. And honestly, it's kind of fine that we go into the Curse Room here. There's really no downside to it, and we're going to come away with a Soul Heart. Maybe 2. Okay, so we want to take the Bone Heart first because obviously we do not want to lose that. And now we don't have to spend 5 cents to go buy the Soul Heart in the shop. So very good start here. I'm definitely down for it. We can also technically even use the Soul Converter if we go back and buy that Soul Heart to start with 4 HP, and that'd be pretty mucho bueno, I gotta say. That's right, mucho bueno. Spanish mosh pit. No! All right, well, now we definitely don't need to do that because we have a lot of HP. Almost too much HP, I would say. I'm just going to say it right now. I am expecting another phone call. I apologize that I got to very, very briefly step away from the microphone, but I'm expecting one. Now, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'll let you know whenever it does happen. Yeah, that's another one of the benefits to being part of the Patreon Mosh Pit. You get to have our new music as soon as it comes out, 1 week before anyone else does. And I'm very happy about that. I mean, we don't release a lot of music very frequently anymore, as much as I would like to. But honestly, it is due to both me and Mark being very busy with work. It leaves we do get our jam sessions in. We do make sure that we try to stay on top of music, and we are constantly writing stuff. It's just a matter of actually putting full production into it, and especially since now we're pretty much independent, and we don't have an actual like big studio that we're operating out of. It makes it a little bit more difficult because we have to kind of do everything in house, which is what we've been kind of doing anyway. But when we had a producer for the last 2 albums that we had, technically 1 album, then we remixed it, of course, and redid it, a lot of it. We had full studio capabilities, so we still have a studio that we use, but it's a lot more contained into what's stuff that we can handle from home, and then if we need to export stuff to Zeus, we can do that as well. So it is a complicated but fun process still. I love writing music. We'll go on to last week's question of the episode, sent in here by Vuka. Vuka wanted to know if there was ever a pizza active item. If there's ever a pizza active item that had, let's say, 8 slices that you can use only once, what would it be? What would it do? And I honestly like this idea. Wow, we lost a bone heart. That's inexcusable. I like the idea of a pizza item. I think it would be really, really sick to be able to have a one-time use item that would give you a very powerful buff through the entire floor. So in my mind, what you could do is you could just chomp down the whole pizza and just basically get an auto GG win off of one floor, or you can be sensible and you can have you can eat a slice, and that slice power lasts for the entire floor. The slice powers would stack it's up to you. It's up to the player on how many slices you eat, but you only get 8, and that is it for the entire run. Unless you get an R key and you happen to pick up another pizza. Now, what would the slices do? In my iteration, I think what would happen is if you got the pizza box, this is called the box or the pizza box or whatever. If you got the pizza item, you would essentially be able to get 8 random flavors or toppings. It can be totally random. You can have repeat slices. You can sometimes have slices that you would never see on one run, but you see 2 of them on the next run. Yeah, we're not going to take that. We're also not going to take that. All right. Very happy to have our good old-fashioned Eye of Belial here. So, for example, you would get 8 random flavors or toppings of pizza, and what I would say would happen is that you would probably have something like, say, a spicy pizza, or the spicy slice would make Isaac shoot all fire, like so. Bird's eye, ghost pepper, red candle, blue candle, stuff like that. And this would only happen once per floor. So once you leave the floor, all the buffs are gone, no matter how many slices you eat. Let's say a dessert pizza or dessert slice would make Isaac move really fast and have a crazy amount of range because of the sugar and, making him just kind of hyper. And maybe have special tiers like sugar tiers or something like that, which would freeze enemies. You could have like a basic, you could have like a meat lover's pizza. I think that would be neat, to where it would give Isaac an absurd amount of damage. Remember, this has got to be worth the player's investment to have to put into this item. So it's got to be powerful. I mean, really powerful. I'm not talking about 1 or 2 damage, flat damage up to the player's power. I'm talking about like 10 damage. Something ridiculous. Because remember, you have to have it's got to be worth it for the player. And if it's something like 3 or 4 damage, I don't think it's going to be worth it. Because this is an item that you're not going to see more than once. So just be aware of that. And yeah, stuff like that. Like a regular cheese pizza would just be a basic all stats up, but it would give a significant all stats up. Nothing crazy, something like, something reasonable, not to the extreme like the meat lovers. I think the idea is really cool. And for one floor, if you chose to really eat all 8 slices, like if you just banked the slices and decided, all right, I'm just gonna destroy Beast, or I'm gonna destroy Hush, or I'm gonna destroy Delirium, you could do that. You could. It takes up your entire spacebar slot for an entire run, but the payoff of that sacrifice is you absolutely blasting all the stats. They do stack. There's no diminishing returns, and you just go buck wild. I think that's like sort of the payoff of having essentially what is no active item for an entire run. So it's a good idea. I do like it, Vuka, and you know, unfortunately we'll never see an item like that, but you know, we can always dream. Thank you very much, as always, for all your questions. If you have your own questions of the episode, everyone submit them in the comments. Remember, I will read the most top upvoted comment, assuming there is a couple of like stipulations though, assuming that I haven't already answered the question, which we are going to get repeat questions because obviously we're getting a lot of new subscribers and stuff, which, by the way, welcome to the Mosh Pit. It's great to have you here. And also questions that I just don't want to answer. You know, I haven't had too many problems with it being like a personal question or anything like that, but just keep them to Isaac. That is the only real requirement, is keep them to Isaac. This is not a Sinvicta AMA. Definitely need more bombs and keys, so I don't mind giving up the key here. We also get a heart. And still kind of looking for our shop right now. We are just getting nailed by these just random one shots here. We're still looking for our store. The Eye of Belial is going to help us, but we need to get a higher tears rate here just so we can apply more and more of those shots. I cannot believe the stores. I mean, look at this. We had already found the boss, and I said, let's go back and find the store. Maybe we'll get something quick here. Look at the size of this map, dude. It looks like a colossal titan doing a drop kick, like preparing to drop kick, like his left leg is in the air already, but his right leg is still planted. You know, like he's about to jump and do a drop kick. That's what it looks like. You do have to be careful. You do have to be careful with enemies with death rattles, because obviously the pass-through damage of Eye of Belial does not work. It does not work in your favor if you're trying to count shots. You're more than likely going to kill the enemy behind you before you're going to kill the enemy in front of you. Trinket Smelter. We had a good kind of Trinket Smelter run the other day. Doesn't spawn a trinket, though, is the thing. So we already have marbles, so yeah, we could take wooden nickel. Wooden nickel is not bad, and it'd definitely pay for itself. So we say thank you to the soul converter. I do like the soul converter. It's just not what we want here. We slowed down a lot. This whole little scenic route that we took just to get to the shop has killed our momentum in terms of our chance of getting boss rush here. By the way, I did talk to Zombolis about the bug, the weird issue with the music just turning off. I told him that it seems to happen kind of randomly, but it's also a little bit duplicatable, which is not a word. You can repeat. You can essentially almost with guarantee, if you get to the boss rush, or maybe even go to certain devil deals, you can replicate. That's what the word I was looking for. You can replicate the problem, especially with boss rush. And I was hoping that we're going to get to boss rush today, but I don't know about that. SMB Superfan's a good start, and as well as Eye of Belial, which is fantastic. However, we need to make sure that we get some more raw damage. Want to get more of a DPS upgrade here with a tears rate. Shot speed is okay. Swallowing the Nose Goblin is also going to help out with our dot tiers, and we also get Petrified Poop, which is an excellent starter trinket, and we get absolutely nothing from Gertie. Head on down. All right, so we really lost a lot of HP there on that floor, more so than we should have, especially considering the fact that we have the wooden cross, which gives us a temporary but functional Holy Mantle for one hit and only one hit. And we're always going to have that on every single floor now, which is nice, but we can't lose it to just random dumb stuff, like almost getting hit right there if that rock wasn't there. So And this would be a lot easier to predict with the death rattles and whatnot if we ended up getting more raw damage. That way Eye of Belial is not murking something in the back of what we're trying to kill in, like, from the front, essentially. So like if there's two dark grubs charging us, we're going to be hitting the front dark grub for our raw damage, obviously, but the one behind it is going to be hit with the pass-through damage. And again, dealing with enemies that have death rattles, that can be a problem. So if we get more front-loaded damage, then we don't have to really worry too much about us dodging the enemy that we're not trying to hit versus the one that we are trying to hit. That makes sense? With nickel almost already paying for itself. I appreciate that. So we got to get a solid devil deal here to give us some nice little synergy with Eye of Belial. The pact would be nice. Anything that gives us tears, anything that gives us damage. Pact would be perfect. I wouldn't mind getting something like flying. If we could get Lord of the Pit or Spirit of the Night. Spirit of the Night would actually be a little bit better than Lord of the Pit. Any flying, though, would be fan-dabby-tastic. The Mulligan, which is an excellent item for us. And we do have plenty of keys for once, so I am going to go into the vault. I probably could have looked for a secret room here. Yeah. As soon as I saw that gap was there, I said, yep, secret room's probably, we could have saved ourselves some keys. But, oh well. Hindsight's always 20/20. Super secret room would normally be down here if it weren't for the item room. So that means that the super secret room's in a kind of a weird spot. Because this is a very high percentage wall for either secret room. For either secret room. It would either be the super secret room or the regular secret room. This is normally the super secret room tile, though. Yeah, and so it spawned right next to the shop, which means that the boss has the... it's either the super secret room's either going to be to the right of here, adjacent to the room that was supposed to spawn, or it's going to be in a really wonky spot. Okay. I guess technically it could be up here, but I know it's not. And we get a greed fight. All right. Mulligan's going to give us a fly shot that procs every now and then. As you see right there, it does a very good amount of damage, assuming that our base damage is high enough. And it scales exceedingly well with increases to our base damage, which is what we want. I'm not doing this room. I refuse. The Mulligans are going to help us out with that front-loaded damage that I was just talking about, thanks to the fly damage here. Oh, there's the phone call. It's going to be instantaneous for you, everyone. Sorry about this. All right, sorry about that. Like I said, instantaneous for you all, but about 20 minutes for me. Oh, man. I do love the ability to be able to pause recordings on OBS. It is kind of nice. Especially if something comes up unexpectedly, or if I got to get the door, you know. Nice convenience feature for content creators, even though the program likes to act up from time to time. I mean, you know, what program doesn't, you know? Like Isaac, for example. Gonna let Eye of Belial do its work here. Obviously, we're still looking for some damage upgrades. I swear to you, I didn't even see that dark grub there. Just blended in right with the floor. Movement speed, I don't know why it feels like we're moving so fast. Also, where the hell is our boss room? But it feels like we're moving at like 400 miles an hour, at least in that last room. So we've got to be very methodical about this room, especially now that we have lost our holy mantle from the wooden cross. There's a nice little boon to our survivability, though, having the ability to just have a sort of poor man's holy mantle. A poor mantle, if you will. I'm willing to use 2 bombs here just to see if we can maybe get a soul heart out of these blue fires. Didn't happen. Gotta be careful with sticky bombs. Actually, no, I take it back. These are not sticky bombs. These are the creepy bombs. No, they are sticky bombs. What am I talking about? Take our prerequisite damage here against the champion boss, as always. There we go. So really, really good slowing there by the sticky bombs. Do get a movement speed upgrade, not exactly what we're looking for right now, and we get a non-devil deal devil deal. All right, great. First the maze. So as we get into the mid game here, we're starting to see a little bit of a pattern go on with this run here. This is not a run that we're going to get a lot of help on. I'd rather have Petrified Poop. You never know. What we really need in this run right now would be like a Card Against Humanity card or something. We need a really solid shop, and I'm not talking about just a greed shop. Dude, I know you're trying to juke us here. I freaking knew it, dude. All right, we cannot lose this devil deal if we ever get one. We cannot. We essentially cannot take any damage right now. Got a dime there. The Bone Heart is everything right now. Tied to our survivability, tied to our devil deal, tied to everything. We have to have this Bone Heart protected. And we've gone into a dead end. So Eye of Belial is going to have to do a lot of the carrying for us, as always. I might as well check to see what's inside the mob trap room. Not expecting much. Wooden Nickel still doing very well. We're going to have to do this because it's 3 red chests. Hopefully we teleport out. Got a guppy item. Now that we've lost our Soul Heart buffer there, we need to... Again, the plan has not changed, but we've got to stop taking bad damage. Wooden Nickel just almost telefragged us there, game. I saw it happen. Our tears rate is abysmal right now. If we even had an ounce of tears rate upgrades, just to get us back to base Isaac at 2.7-ish or so, that would be phenomenal. Our entire situation would change. Okay, so with this heart here, we can go into and out of the curse room for free. Double checking to make sure there wasn't any tinted rock there. Man, we had such a fast start, and now we are not going to make boss rush. No soul hearts. Got 2 soul hearts. Okay, so let's grab the other. Well, we can wait on that heart right now. Maybe get a demon judgment or something. Saw the little homing capability there of the Nose Goblin tier. Get Satanic Bible. Honestly, probably going to have to use this. In fact, I'm going to. All right, Satanic Bible, listen up. This is your time to shine here. Going to cause him to throw out bombs. We'll try to get out as fast as we can. Nice. And just like. So Wooden Nickel really paid for itself and then some. Now it's up to the game to decide whether or not we actually get anything for it. We're guaranteed 1 more non-greed shop, but that's all we're guaranteed. Would have never thought that the super secret room is here. I'll go ahead and take it. Potentially could be nice here. Get a soul heart or 2, that'd be great. We did swallow Petrified Poop and we got absolutely nothing from the confessional booth, so... First the maze swapped our heart as well. But since we've used the Satanic Bible on this floor, now that means that we're going to get a guaranteed devil deal item from the boss. That may not seem like a bad thing. However, you have to remember how many devil deal Devil Deal items do not give boss room level of stats, or any stat ups, really. So we have plenty, and I mean plenty of money to reroll here. We've got to get something good. I'll buy the glowing hourglass, but possibly not keep it. What is this? Explosive diarrhea. Okay, so the yellow pill is balls of steel. Go ahead and use that right now. We know the glowing hourglass is coming, so we get a tears up, a blue. Okay, so the blue pill is tears up. Roger that. That is a soul heart that we can get here. Glowing hourglass, give me some hope. Explosive diarrhea. It stayed. It stayed identified, by the way. Definitely do not want the nightlight. Car battery is phenomenal with the Satanic Bible. One more bomb. Okay, so we say thank you to the glowing hourglass, because that was a big time play right there. Allowing us to take those pills and getting us the tears up. So we know that the all blue tier is, or all blue pill is a tears up. My brain is dying today. Other balls of steel, we'll take that. And like I said, our situation changes dramatically with just a slight tears upgrade. We went from 2.4 or 2.35, whatever it was, to 2.90. That is a massive upgrade. One tears up pill, man. And the sad thing is our tears rate still sucks. Comparatively speaking to where we are, our tears rate is still bad, but it's a lot better than what we just got done dealing with. Be careful of this wise guy host over here. Also, this is the most I've ever seen Pile charge ever. Fortunately, we don't have any more bombs. But yeah, let this sink in real quick here. Just imagine what this fight would be if we didn't get that one singular tears up pill. As painful as it is right now, it would be even more painful. And what's really fun about Pile is that none of the nose goblin tears can actually stick on him. Every time he submerges, he sheds them. I mean, Sanguine Bond is something we pretty much have to take. Sanguine Bond, I guess. And we are not going to take multi-dimensional baby. Got the counterfeit penny here though, which is really nice with a cardio coin. Won't last very long. Okay, so our base damage is 4.26. We need to see that go up. Honey. Nothing. Yep. All right. Good. Got bounced into it. I mean, technically, I guess our damage should go up, but wow. 0 payouts. That is awful. There's the lost. By 0 payouts, I mean the 30 or 35% chance for us to get a damage up. So, but we have the Satanic Bible. That is going to help us get back a lot of that HP, I hope, as long as we don't take bad damage. The Eye of the Occult is going to help us out with our clearing speed and safety because of our base damage going up a lot. And we just found Mom. Wow. That's a very short, very short map, but we're obviously not going to be able to go in there right now. So we also, of course, get a one of 3 out of a Leviathan transformation too. So that's not. It wasn't terrible. It just would have been nice if we had gotten the expected payout. You should never expect to get anything in Isaac. That's the thing. You gotta be prepared to get absolutely bupkis from whatever you think is gonna happen is not gonna happen in Isaac. I think we all kind of know that by now, unless you're a new player or you haven't watched me long enough. Whatever the least possible outcome of any sort of scenario is most likely going to happen here. No, we do not need to get even worse shot speed here. We already have piercing shots, kind of, with Eye of Belial, so let's say no to Dead Onion. I am going to take Cancer, however, which does give us the wafer effect if we end up taking damage inside of a room, and that's going to give us essentially double HP for the remainder of the room after we take damage. Though we have to take damage first. However, as you can probably tell, it's an excellent combo with an item that we've already picked up that didn't do too good for us last floor. That's right, Sanguine Bond. So having the wafer combined with Sanguine Bond is a very, very good synergy, because we no longer get charged for a full heart of damage every time we tap it. We only get charged a half heart after the initial full heart. Didn't even see that spider there. Okay, so we're cooking now. We got 4.5 volt. We have a half-price battery. We are absolutely chock full of HP now. Strength card can help us out with the plays on Sanguine Bond. We're looking for a blue pill, essentially. Sun card, I'll take a sun card. It gives us a full heal, even though we only have 1 red heart. Alright, so we're looking good here. This is a net positive of a floor. The biggest upgrade we got from this floor was the Cancer item. By far, that is what's going to ultimately help us secure the dub here, I think. I hope. I don't know how we got hit there. Her foot was up. Game. There we go. Gonna take the Polaroid. Our tears rate really is not good enough to hang, and we get another non-devil deal. All right. All right, this is where you have to make up for it, Sanguine Bond. We're starting at 5.78. There we go. That's what I like to see. Notice how we're only losing half of a heart right now instead of a full heart. This is huge. Assuming that we, like, you know, get a payout. There we go. Another damage upgrade. Moolah, which doesn't really matter for us. Another damage upgrade. Keep it going. Keep it going. Free Devil Deal item would be nice. By the way, yes, I know. It was a 5% payout on Eye of Occult. I know. That's the ridiculous thing that I'm pointing out, though, is the fact that we got a random Devil Deal item before we got a 33% chance for a damage upgrade. 2 soul hearts, okay. Kami Conception, okay now, okay now. We can go down to 1 more tap with our Bone Heart. The Kami Conception is nice because we're taking damage here. I think we'll go down to 3 HP. That'll be fine. 3 HP including the Bone Heart, I mean. I'm gonna take it. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely amazing job there by Cancer and Sanguine Bond. And that was an incredible, incredible turnaround here. There's even a sack altar Or a Sacrum Shuffle here, so we can still manage to go to Lamb if we wanted to. I wouldn't do that until after we're done with the boss room and our non-devil deal here, because I would like to get a little bit more HP. But because we have 4.5 volt and Satanic Bible now, we are very capable of regenerating all that HP that we just lost to Sanguine Bond. So effectively what we're doing is we're taking the extra HP that we have and we're turning it into usable HP, which are not usable, but we're effectively turning it into usable damage upgrades for us. Wow, that was a very weird shot by this host down here. Now, the only downside to Mom's Knife here with the 4.5 volt is that it doesn't do enough damage, sustained damage, for it to really count that much, unless we're going up against super tanky targets. But we make up those charges by us getting a super tanky target. Daddy Longlegs is not really tanky. So we just got 3 charges right there. We get Athame, which I am going to take. Yeah, we're not going to play this. We're not going to play Sanguine Bond here because we need to save. We need to essentially get our double Soul Heart payouts from the Satanic Bible, and then we can go do the Sacrum Shuffle. Athame is going to help us out with the charges here. On the theoretically anyway, on the Satanic Bible. A little bit sad that we didn't get a full charge. Nope. Super Secret Room might be here. It could have been, but it wasn't. So if we can get a full charge again, maybe even 2 full charges, depending on how big of a target we're talking about here to leech the charge off of with our damage, we could potentially get a full rack of hearts before... Never mind. Take it back. Okay. So the moral of the story is don't ever be optimistic. Full mapping here. Immediately just lost all the HP that we had just earned. And I believe that that's going to end our journey for the Sacrum Shuffle here, unfortunately, because we do not have enough to do a full tap without it being very dangerous. Now we could go into the mob trap room, but now I wouldn't even consider going to Lamb at this point. I think it's honestly just best used for Sanguine Bond, and that's it. If we end up playing it now, we may just phone it in and call it a day here. Yeah, I'm gonna make it an executive decision and not go do the Sacrum Shuffle. Had we gone in there with full HP, I definitely would have done it because we would have had easily enough HP. But now, I don't feel comfortable going to Lamb now. There's the Maze. Wow. So I'm going to go into the vault here. The 1 Soul Heart. Fortunately, no, we've not seen any more Tears upgrades. But that's okay. because I think that we're going to be just fine on this run. With the car battery, Satanic Bible, 4.5 volt combo, it's a very sturdy combo. That was a double tinted rock. Get 2 soul hearts. I'm going to leave them out here for now. Because more likely than not, well, we should get a double. Well, actually, no, we shouldn't get a double deal. I would like to get a double deal, and then if we do, we're going to use it in there. If not for anything else, we're going to use it for Sanguine Bond. And we're definitely due for Cambion Conception to pay out now, because we've absolutely taken enough damage. Bomb you. Yep. Again, Sanguine Bond just kind of showing you its rightful place in the Comeback Hall of Fame. Because it was an item that I really thought was just not great at all. Like, I even distinctly remember saying, who would ever think that this item's good? At one point. And until I saw the light, until I realized that what it can do is pay out more than once. And yeah, and then I was brought over. No double deal. Very expected. I'm not even going to bother going to get those soul hearts. Going Curse the Maze, it probably would have shuffled him like the furthest possible spot away from us too. So. Not going to fret it. We cannot not lose the Holy Mantle in the first room now. Got a nice little chain reaction there from Athame. Gotta sneeze. Gotta sneeze. Hey, I caught it that time. Sorry about that. Alright, so I would definitely play a Sack Room Shuffle now that we don't have to worry about getting a double deal. And we're also not going to have anything to play Sanguine Bond with. Still love, if we could, to get a little bit more of a Tears Rate upgrade. Tears Rate upgrades for Mom's Knife are not necessarily the most useful thing in the world. They can still help out, though. Okay, so 2 Soul Hearts, those are the ones that we left from the last floor, apparently. We can use those for if we do get a Joker card somehow, some way, maybe get some use out of it, but I doubt it. And we also have a full charge on the Satanic Bible now. All right, there's the northwest and northeast side of the map, everybody. I don't know how that... Somehow that knife missed everything, brother. I have no clue. I wouldn't be able to do that again if I tried. Here's another Fanchmabulous dead end here. Right. Now let's go to the real side of the map. It's kind of crazy that the little haunts are just invincible until they pick up the pot. All right, so let's go check, maybe get lucky and get taken to the devil deal here. Yep. And the full clear continues. So with that being said, we are out of special spawns, I believe. I don't think it's possible. Oh, no, it is possible to get one more special room spawned. They might as well just finish off the meme and just go see what's over here, and predictably it is absolutely not. All right. We will never pick up those 2 soul hearts. Got the Polaroid. I don't care about taking damage here just because we're going to be able to deal enough damage to get them back. Literally don't care. We can sit here and run over Isaac. We'll get those 2 soul hearts back. Easy peasy. Oh, man. Okay. Well, I mean, now, you know, Mom's Knife, Ease Mascara. I will take Camo Undies as well. It's probably not something that we need, but yeah, we're going to be just fine here. Unfortunately, there's no way to get any kind of Sacrum Shuffle in the chest, although there used to be. It was nice to be able to still get special spawns inside the chest. Give yourself kind of like one last hurrah doing stuff. Obviously, we don't want Shattered Glass because we have no red heart upgrades here. Athame just cooking right now. And surprisingly, we actually were able to preserve our Holy Mantle from Wooden Cross past the first room. Oh man, now that is satisfying right there. Athame just going ballistic on Teratoma. So super solid run. It would have been nice to have been able to play that Sacrum, but we just lost too much HP in order for us to actually do a full round of taps and then also go fight Lamb. Might be able to take the fight to Delirium, though. Let's see what happens here. We get a portal. I'm down. Oh. Well, either way, we turned that run around, and honestly, I'm really happy that we got to showcase a little synergy there. Battery synergy, if you will, with the 4.5 volt, as well as the car battery. Satanic Bible obviously was huge for us. You know, I'm glad that we ended up going with that over the Glowing Hourglass, and getting that Tears Up early was nice, but yeah, Satanic Bible actually pulled through here, and it made it a run. It made us almost invincible, I would say. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to have gotten the Sacrum tap, but hey, MVP definitely goes to the Satanic Bible. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank the pages of mine like Myth Withy, Alde Ode, and Connor Kellenhoffen. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta. Actually, I think I read those yesterday. Thank you to Jade Fright, Seven Kingdoms, and Dimble Wimble. Look, I'm pretty sure I read that one wrong again, because it's actually Connor Kellenhofer. I keep saying Connor Kellenhoffen. I'm not sure why, but it's Connor Kellenhofer. Sorry, Connor. And Jade Fright and Seven Kingdoms and Dimble Wimble. The color coding was off on the. We have a little Patreon sheet that I read off, and it was off by one. Good night, everybody.